Jainism is one of the oldest religions that is still practiced today and has millions of followers, but we don't know much about it. So let's take a look at the message of this less common religion. To start, Jainism comes from a Sanskrit verb which means to conquer. It is one of the oldest religions and originated around 5000 BCE in the Ganges basin located in eastern India. The reason it emerged was because of opposition to Brahmanic Hinduism and Brahmic schools, which were of high regard solely because of the rituals and sacrifices they performed and their ability to interpret them. Jainists don't believe in one historical founder, but the first Jain figure known to exist was a man named Parshvanatha, who founded the fourfold constraint, basically the 4 vows taken by his followers, which are not to take life, steal, lie, our own property. In the religion, he is known as one of the Tirthankaras, which are basically the teachers and role models of this religion and seen as saints. Although he is the first Jain figure for which there is historical evidence, many followers of this religion believe that 250 years earlier, Mahavira, who included the vow of celibacy to the previous 4 vows, existed. These vows are known as the 5 great vows, which all monks and nuns have to take and most followers try to live by. The main practices of Jainism are centered around not only not harming any living beings, but also self-control, so abstaining from physical pleasure and the renunciation of material possessions. Most followers also try to follow the 5 great vows to the best of their ability. Some practices include fasting, following a vegetarian or vegan diet, taking a vow of celibacy, avoiding temptation, and some followers go even as far as to not own clothes in order to not own any property. Or meditation is also very important in this religion. It is done to stop karmic attachments and activity, and there are 12 types of meditation for different things. Monks and nuns live a much more strict lifestyle. They move from city to city with no shoes, sleep on floors with no blankets, and they can't stay in one place for more than 2 months in order to not get attached. There is an exception to this during monsoon season in order to not harm any living beings thriving in these conditions. They also follow a strict diet and can't even eat root vegetables. Fasting can last from a day to up to a month for monks and nuns as well. They also try not to use medicine or go to the hospital and take a vow of complete celibacy, which means they can't sit or touch a platform where someone of the opposite sex sat or will sit. There are also a few festivals celebrated in this religion. One of these festivals is Paryushan, the festival of forgiveness, which happens in August or September, where followers of this religion fast for about 8 days. Diwali is also a very important festival. Jainism believes that followers of Mahavira lit lamps to symbolize their knowledge of his existence and message. Moving on, Jainism started in India, so there are some similarities between the two religions of Jainism and Hinduism. Both religions believe in the concepts of karma, moksha, and reincarnation, but have different definitions of each idea. In Hinduism, the idea of moksha is almost comparable to heaven in Christianity. It's an eternal paradise for the soul, whereas in Jainism, it describes a peaceful existence. There is also a prescribed path to achieve moksha in Jainism, but this is not the case in Hinduism. Karma is another shared belief between the two religions. The only difference between the two definitions is that while Hinduism sees karma as an invisible force, Jainism sees it as matter that can stick to the soul. Jainism also shares many similarities with Buddhism. First, both religions believe that in order to reach liberation, it is necessary to follow the supreme teachers. Both religions also share the belief that there is no God and that there is land beyond the Bharatavarsha that isn't accessible to ordinary human beings. These similarities exist because all 3 religions are from the same country. Buddhism and Jainism are even from the same region and came to be around the same time as well, so it makes sense that there are some similarities between the two religions.